Hello, fellowshippers. What up? Welcome to the Fellowship Hall with the Twins, the Rep. I am Rep, aka Big Ham, and I'm here with my fellas, twin number one, Keith, and twin number two, Kid. Kid, say hello to the people.
What's up, fellowship? This is your boy Ken. Sorry we've been absent for a little while, but we're back. Thank you guys for tuning in to us with us today. Let's go ahead and get started.
What's up, fellowshippers? It's me, Keith, aka the moderator. You know me, I know you. Like Ken said, we've been absent, but guess what? We still been watching TV. We just haven't been giving it to you. So now we're gonna give it to you. And what we giving is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So as I said, we've been absent, but we've been watching. Now we're on episode 4, so we're gonna go ahead and get that going. Ken, we're gonna let you start it off.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey man, I'm sorry. Please let me start it off. Please, please let me start it off there.
I guess we take a request. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. I start off every show with you know me, I know you. Let's get going. So if you know me, I'm the moderator, right? Ken, let's kick it off.
It's gonna make so much more sense if you let me start it off, man. I promise.
All right,
let them start it, man. Let them start.
All right, go ahead.
Hey man, look. Hey, so we watched episode 1. I was all in. Episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. I fell asleep on every last one.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man.
I fell asleep on. Hey, that's why we got started on recording today, man. I was sleeping, didn't even know I was asleep.
What did he say?
I don't know how it ended, bro. The last thing I saw was them fighting. The last thing I saw was them fighting. It was after she called the Falcon's sister. And he went to go meet her, and then Sharon saw Steve Walker coming up, and he's like, "It's Walker," and then they left, and then they started fighting. This last thing I saw.
Okay. So, fellowships, I'm going to apologize on behalf of the Fellowship Hall for Big Ham's behavior.
Hey, yeah. Episode 2, episode 3, and episode 4, I fell asleep on every last one of them. And you know what? I don't think it's my fault. Because today,
it's obviously your fault.
Like dead in the middle of the daytime, bro.
It's your fault.
I fell asleep, man. I fell asleep.
So I'm contemplating kicking Big Ham out of the Fellowship Hall for this particular podcast, fellowship.
Hey, but I will say this. All right, hold on. Wait, let me say this. Like I was telling, I think I said this to y'all before. What I like about the Marvel movies that I have watched, or that what I know, is that what I like about the villains is that I don't totally disagree with the villains. Like with Killmonger, with Killmonger, I was like, hey, I understand where you're coming from. Now, I didn't like his execution, but I understood where Killmonger coming from. And I never watched the stuff with Endgame or the stuff with Thanos was the villain, but I think people told me that Thanos was trying to prevent all these universes and planets from all these people using all these resources. So he was kind of like trying to save the resources of all these planets.
What's up with this guy?
He ain't totally wrong, right? And so now with what's our girl name? Is it what is it?
Which girl?
The bad girl.
Yeah.
What's her name? Kira.
Yeah, something like that. The flag. What they call the flag?
The flag bastards, I think.
The flag. Yeah. See, y'all been falling asleep too. Y'all don't even know.
All right, so I'm getting ready for a tirade.
But listen, I don't necessarily disagree with her, man. She want a open country, open borders, all one people, man. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Only thing I disagree with why she need super soldiers in order to do this. You know what I'm saying? So why she need all that? That's the biggest problem I have with her.
Okay, so in order for me not to mute you right now, we're gonna go ahead and stop you from talking, okay? Because if you fell asleep on the last 3 episodes, you really can't talk to him. Fellowshippers, I apologize.
Nah, man.
We come here and we try to give you something that you can be entertained by. And then Big Ham comes in with this, I fell asleep on the last 3 episodes.
Hey, listen, when we get to the last segment, man,
No. No, the last segment is catch me up, but we can't catch you up if you fell asleep. It's not our job. It's not our job.
The segment should be called "Wake Him Up," not catch
There
him
you
up.
go.
Hey
There
man,
you go.
that's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's responsibility.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Ken. Okay. I gotta ask you a question because Big Ham promised the fellowship, and I want to see is he letting them down again like he just let us down.
I haven't watched Captain America yet.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute Big Ham.
Okay, mute it line.
Yeah, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah,
Ken, go ahead and give us your intro because your reaction. Sorry, because Big Ham has totally let me down. Maybe this will be an entertaining show for the fellowship, but it is not an entertaining show for me. We come on here and we say, "Hey, you watching? Subscribe." But maybe I'll unsubscribe myself based on this particular show.
I've been watching. Like episode 2, I fell asleep on 3 different times, man.
Yeah, mute him again. So we got to find a way to get him off his soapbox because there's a big soapbox full of regret and embarrassment. And so basically, my dude, listen, I'm trying to get to my reaction, but it's hard because my dude is basing everything from Marvel off Wakanda. You know, his experience with Wakanda has given him his whole platform to talk about the Marvel universe. And he even mentioned, you know, I ain't seen the other movies, but what people told me about Thanos, this dude has no grounds to talk on. So I'm sorry, Big Ham, I got to come at you a little hard in this episode, and that's why you got the mute button. But so
right.
I'm
gonna unmute him while you go ahead, but I'm gonna unmute him. But okay. Big Ham, I got.
Okay, so trying to get back to the structure of the podcast. I agree with Big Ham. They weren't like super detailed, action-packed shows, but they were setting the groundwork of the story. And so episodes 2 through 4, we got to see Bucky and Sam start to work together. And something that I really enjoyed was the whole comedic relationship between the two, because Bucky is obviously angered by Sam not taking up the mantle, which is what, you know, Steve, Captain America, wanted. And instead of them being like enemies, is more so frenemies, where they kind of laugh and have fun with each other, but at the end of the day, they still got each other's backs. Yeah. So, you know, we got to see this group of the flag. I don't know if it was flag bashers or flag smashers, but either way, this group of people that have taken the serum, you know, they basically have their agenda, like Big Ham alluded to, where they I guess when half the population disappeared, there was a lot more freedom. And then once all these people came back, they started kicking these people out of the places that they started to inhabit. And that's why they're angry. So they become extremists because they've taken the serum and they're fighting for a cause that they feel is just. But some of the methods that they've gone about it aren't the right methods, which is always problematic. And so then we've gotten to see this new Captain America and how he's come onto the scene. And some of the issues that I have with it are that he's a little bit too strong for his own sake. You know, in this last episode, we saw that he finally took the serum himself, the one that he hid after the dude was smashing everything, and he gained all his strength. And he ultimately ended up using it in an act of revenge, where he killed one of the other guys or beat him to death with a shield. And I think that's going to end up.
You didn't see that, did you, Big Ham?
Nah, I was asleep on that part, bro.
Okay, so he ended up beating the dude to death with the shield because they killed his best friend. But the dude he beat to death didn't kill his best friend. The girl, Kayla or whatever, actually did it, or Kira, whatever her name was. But anyway, so that's what we saw. But anyway, when they first introduced him, he's this decorated soldier, but they had him too powerful at the start. He shouldn't have been able to do a lot of things he was doing until he had taken the serum. And then they introduced one of these doctors from Hydra Rap, which if you had seen the Winter Soldier or you would have got some experience with these guys where they can trigger Bucky based on his brainwashing. But either way, they end up helping him break out of jail so they can track this group of criminals and and that's what it is. So basically these last 3 episodes that we haven't been reporting out on were basically just setting the groundwork, working on Sam's and Bucky's relationship. They introduced us to this African-American super soldier, which was new to, us he wasn't part of the movie. So there's a lot of exciting stuff that that kept me entertained and kept me interested. So I was definitely happy with the show, and it was action in all of the shows, which is always going to be there. It's always a mini movie because they have these action sequences, and then when they introduce us to the Flag Smashers, where they all have these serums and everything, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think this last episode ended amazingly, where you have this symbol of America being filmed beating someone to death with the shield that was the whole symbol of Captain America. So I'm assuming that that's going to end up forcing him to put down that mantle, and hopefully Sam and or Bucky end up taking it up, or maybe taking it up together. And I only see that making this dude become a villain, because he's going to be an antagonist against these guys, although they were trying to work together, but he was always a little too pushy and overzealous. And that's what ended up causing the rifts. And I think it's going to be something they build upon in the next episodes. Go ahead, Keith.
Great reaction, Ken only. Great reaction. So a couple corrections. So Ken, you were right. It's Flag Smashers, and her name is Carly. So Carly, I apologize. Yeah, apologize for a few mistakes. But great reaction, Ken. The last three.
No. Y'all was asleep when they called her just like I was.
The last 3 episodes. Listen, it's four episodes in, I think, of 6, and Big Ham couldn't even watch these episodes. That's disappointing to me. But anyway, I'll give my reaction.
I watched them. I just said I gotta go back and watch 4 again, but I watched them.
No, you need to watch 2, 3, and 4 again if you fell asleep on all of them.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
Anyway, my reaction. I thought episode 2 was good. Like Ken mentioned, when we finally start seeing Bucky and Sam work together, that was something that, you know, obviously is going to happen to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it was good to see it on screen. And then meeting the I guess the black super soldier from a while ago, and then learning the stuff that happened to him and what happened to him when he came back to the States. You know, that's a kind of a look back at the way America was, and then also kind of a thought about the way America kind of is now at some point. You know, two people can be the same, and just because you look this way or you were born in this particular environment, you're treated different. Nevertheless, I thought that was a good thing, and apparently this guy is a part of the comics. You know, like I said, me and Ken wasn't so into the comics, but we have been into the movies, and this guy was actually a part of the comics at one point, so that was interesting to kind of read up on. And then episode 3, where they broke the Hydra guy out of jail, you know, that was action. You know, it was like Ken said, it was action, but it was a conflict to me, because, you know, they're trying to do good, but they're also bringing out this bad guy. So I'm like, should this be done or should this not be done? So that was kind of weird. And then, you know, when they broke them out, they went and did a few things in a different country that was also kind of strange and exciting. Nevertheless, this last episode, I think, was probably one of the best of the season to me in a way, because it had action. It had so conflict, like hardcore conflict between Sam and Bucky to this new, quote, Captain America. He's not my Captain America. I will say that he is not my Captain America, even though there were times when I kind of like, okay, this guy's okay. He's still not Captain America, but he's okay. But at the same time, he'll never be my Captain America. And then what happened at the end of this episode, I felt like was totally justified, but at the same time, it wasn't Captain America.
It was wrong. It was huge.
It was wrong. It was bad. It was what I probably would have did, but I'm not Captain America. You know what I mean? This guy did what any normal thinking, regular human being would have done. He took the serum, right? He shouldn't have did that. Right. He seemed antsy before he took it for some reason. I was wondering if he had already did something beforehand. But then we saw that he got the serum. He was trying to think whether or not he would take the serum. And then behind the scenes, we got this villain asking Sam, would he take the serum if he had a choice? And Sam didn't hesitate and said no. And I kind of think, man, I don't know. I might want to take the serum. And then this new...
I would.
Yeah. This new Captain America. Rav, would you want to take the serum? We don't care. This new Captain America.
Absolutely.
This new Captain.
I saw him get it. I didn't see him take it.
Okay. Well, yeah, they didn't show him take it, but clearly he took it because he was doing some hardcore stuff, which was super action packed that would have kept you on the edge of your seat. Nevertheless, he took the serum. He let his emotions get the best of him, and he ended up brutally, publicly murdering this guy. Now, granted, what this group of smashers did was wrong, and it probably impacted him hard. And it was his grief that overcame him, and he decided to murder, not kill, justifiably, but murder this guy that didn't kill his buddy.
That didn't kill his friend.
Right. He murdered him in the public with camera phones out. And it wasn't like he hit him one time and that's how he murdered him. He brutally beat him to death. And again, as I mentioned, I agree, as a regular person grieving, that's probably what he should have did. But as Captain America, that's what he never should have done.
Right.
Yeah. So a good reaction, Ken. Ralph, you was a little disappointed. I know we just, it's the fellowship hall, so we can joke with each other because that's what we do.
Fun.
But yeah, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't watch it because I thought this episode, even if you fell asleep on 2 and 3, this episode was good.
I watched it except for the last 8-9 minutes.
The last 8-9 minutes told the story. The last 8 or 9 minutes told the story. All right, fellowshippers, go to the comments. Let us know. You know what? Flag smashers, let's smash Big Ham in the comments and let us know why he should be watching this. Don't let us smash him alone. You know what? Let Kendrick and I be the fellowship hall with you as we team up on Big Ham today. We'll be the Avengers and Big Ham is going to be the villain this time. I kind of see the point of the villain. Well, you the villain today. So we
don't tip me.
So fellowship was go in the comments and let us know what you think. So this next segment is what we like to call Catch Me Up, which, like Ken said, we may need to change it to Wake Me Up, but nevertheless we're going to stick with the norm. Catch Me Up, where Big Ham asks us some questions. Hopefully it's not questions on what he missed while he was sleeping, but questions
it's definitely what I missed while I was sleeping. You might as well get ready. Now I'm going to do a recap review.
But questions of what he actually saw and had questions about. So, Big Ham, the floor is yours. Tell us a few questions. Okay.
First question: where did Sharon girl come from?
Ken, you want to take it?
Sharon was one of the SHIELD agents that were working with Captain America and the team. And basically, when the whole Civil War came along, when some of the heroes were the government was wanting heroes to register and do things like that. And some of the heroes, they end up breaking apart, which is the whole Civil War. And Sharon was one of the SHIELD agents. They ended up trying to help Captain America in his camp. And she basically ended up becoming a fugitive to the U.S. government.
Also, Kendrick, if you remember, maybe you don't, but Sharon was the neighbor to Captain America when they first brought him back in the apartment. So she was supposed to be a regular person, but in actuality, Nick Fury had made her be her fake neighbor to keep an eye on Captain America. So that's she also had that role also. What's your next question, Big Ham? How did episode 4 end? Well, I think we answered that.
All right.
What's going on in Wakanda?
Speaking of, Wakanda was a part of episode 4.
Yeah, Wakanda was. I saw it. I saw that. I saw it. All right, but that's my next question though. So I remember y'all telling me that at the end of Black Panther, right? We saw that Bucky. Y'all said that Bucky had
Black Panther.
Yeah, the end of Black Panther.
Was it in the Black Panther, Kendrick, or was it the end of Civil War?
Yeah, in the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
I thought y'all said in the Black Panther, Bucky had killed T'Chaka, but then found out that he had killed T'Chaka. But then Zuri said at the beginning of the show that it was Zemo that did it. So kind of catch me up on it.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Keith.
So Zemo was basically controlling Black Panther. I mean, the Winter Soldier. You know, in the earlier shows, he would say some key word and it would like snap him into this Winter Soldier kill mode. So he was controlling him. So he didn't necessarily kill his father, but he was the one that started everything in motion for them to bomb the place that ended up killing them.
Okay. Now tell me this. So like, what is Zemo's purpose right now? Because I hate this character on the show right now. Because it seems like he helping them, and then he kind of trying to like sabotage them, but then he helped them. I know he was like, he told the little girl, "Don't trust those men; they're bad." but he took them to the funeral anyway. So, what's going on with him?
He is a villain, but also he's helping them track down these super soldiers. And in his mind, he was the kind of one of the orchestrators of the super soldiers, so he doesn't really want anybody else doing it. So he's helping them, but it also kind of self-serving to his goal. That's why he killed the guy that had synthesized it, and that's why he smashed all the other vials, because basically he was one of the starters of it. And then as far as the whole interaction with the little girl, he is kind of helping them, but he also is making sure for self-preservation. And so he knew that if he told them everything, how to get to the funeral and stuff, then they probably would have let the Wakandan women take him. So if he kept hiding stuff, they had to keep him around.
Yeah, but also, Big Ham, you got to keep in mind that this is basically a comic book world. So the villain is still always going to be a villain. That villain is going to do what he needs to do, or give you just enough to make it seem that he's important, while always looking out for himself, no matter what.
Right.
All right.
Speaking of those Wakandan women, though, they came in there and they kicked butt and took names.
Yeah, they weren't going.
You missed it.
Yeah, I missed that part. Where did they come in? I told you the last thing I saw. I think the last thing I saw was Captain America holding up the vial.
Holding the vial.
Yeah, I saw
that was after the women.
No, it wasn't.
I can't even remember now, man.
Yeah, I can't remember. Okay.
It happened at the funeral.
And she told Sam he had 8 hours. And then, so remember, he smashed the vials when they went and met Carly at the when he went and met Carly by himself.
Maybe so.
So this is when Captain America picked one up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think I remember seeing.
Okay.
I remember seeing the Wakanda soldiers come in.
Okay, what's your next question?
I'm going to watch that once we get to.
All right. I think we're good on the catch me up segment for now, Keith.
Okay, fellowship. This was a surprise show, interesting show for both you and Ken and I, because Big Ham threw us for a loop. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the catch me up segment, but go to the comments and let us know if what Kendrick and I said was actually right to answer Big Ham's question, and if not, catch us up.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and end it for today. So this was an interesting episode, as I mentioned. Big Ham didn't get to watch the shows like he like he wanted to. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, Ken and I definitely enjoyed it, and enjoyed the past episodes as well. I know we've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we're back, and we should be having our content back on track like as usual. But maybe not with this type of show, but going forward, the normal type of show. But hopefully you enjoyed this show. Go in the comments, let us know what you think. Make sure you give us your thoughts on Big Ham and his shortcomings today, and make sure you agree with us. So if you're watching it and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that button. If we giving you something that you like to see, then go ahead and subscribe and help us out a little bit. You can follow us on Facebook and, of course, on our YouTube page at the Fellowship Hall. You can also follow Big Ham at Facebook at Raphael Hammond, or you can see him on Twitter and Instagram at HamDog22. All right. Make sure you go in the comments and talk to us so we can engage and actually fellowship with each other. For that, take care, enjoy yourself, be safe, and be blessed.
Blessed.
Be blessed, fellowship.